Good evening, people. Welcome to Reaching Out with Eddie. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for continuing to listen to our show. Folks, I just regret to tell you that still has not been a decision on my candidacy being placed on the ballot. Um, I contact my lawyer every day and ask him, has the judge issued a ruling? And he always tell me no, and he told me the same thing today. Now, the irony, what's ironic about all of this is that the election is a week from today. So we definitely couldn't have a fair election if I was placed on the ballot. And so the governing authority, I'm told that the governing authority will delay this election, that we will not have an election next Tuesday, because so far the judge has not rendered a decision, and I am contesting the election commissioner's decision so that I can be placed on the ballot. Folks, like I talk about a lot of things here, and I promise you, I can assure you that almost 2, 3 times a day, someone call me and ask my advice and ask me legal advice, and I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a very good paralegal, and a paralegal is a person that does not have a law degree but knows how to research and understand the law and know how to do the law. And sometimes people ask me to help them do things, and of course I help it to the best of my ability, and I've done that. I talked about the expungements I've done and things like that I've done for folk. I even talk about what I would do, and if a person asks me to help them, I will help them. I've been accused of being a racist. I got to say this to all of you that accuse me of being a racist. How is it that Percy Bland is not a white person? He's a black person. Charles Coleman is not a white person. He's a black person. And these are people that I'm talking about. So when I talk about people, that most of the ministers that I'm talking about for either dereliction or duty, and I'm talking about duty to the black community, I think they're missing in action. And all of those folks are black. Now, when I talk about white folks, I'm not being personable. What I talk about is the law. It so happened that the keepers of the store, most of the people that administer the law and justice around here, especially when you're talking about judges, all of those guys are white. But I got to say this again. I don't. I think that Judge Bailey's whatever decision that he run, I think it's going to be within the law. That's the reason why I supported him. And I continue to support him, and I continue to support him whether or not his decision placed me on the ballot or off the ballot. But here, what you need to understand, governing authority, and how you doing, person? I know you're watching. Is that I am going to appeal it, and as long as I appeal it, then we can't have an election. So, but I gotta talk about this. Sometimes people think that I want black people to rule. No, but I'm not naive at all. I think that I have enough foresight and intelligence to know and to make this opinion is that black folk, that I don't want black people, just anybody, to be in position of authority like what we have now with most of the people around here, especially with the Bland administration. I want the right black people to be in position of authority. We have some very educated black folk. We have black folk with impeccable credentials and integrity. But it just so happened that most of those folk are not in a position to help us. Now we can look at the state of our city, the state of our community, and just see how it is. I can tell you that it really bothers me when I go and I see a black person has a Scott Bancroft sign in their yard. And I call names, and Tori, I, Latoya Brown, you know how I feel about you. But I don't understand your reasoning for supporting it. You definitely, this is a democracy. You have a right to support and vote for anybody you want to. But I can't understand you having a Scott Bancroft sign anywhere near your property or your family property. And I see it, and all I can do is just shake my head, because Scott Bancroft has not done one single thing for you. Now, I think your son is living in a house, and he was whooped down by Ben Ivy, and that house that he's living in has a Scott Bancroft sign in the front. I don't understand that at all. Hell, Ray Ray ought to go out there and take the damn sign and sling it down the damn street. Because even though you might be loving those white folks, maybe you're doing that for Percy. And there's nobody more important than family. See, I consider you family because your family is my family. So I consider you as family. But not only that, it was me. It was John Harris. It was Bull Jennings that went to court with your son against Ben Ivy when he was found not guilty. And so they let him leave and go to Clark County where he was a worse kind of monster. Your son is just getting out of jail, but your son still had issues that he's going to have to deal with based on his socialization process, based on his oppression, based on his discrimination, based on all that beating and everything he went through. But you promoting a system that not only going to oppress your son, but the black community. I know that your children are doing good, but how about everybody else that's stuck here in Meridian? How about you got to care about Meridian so your children can come up and go? It's going to come and bite you in the behind again because Ray Ray has not finished school. Ray Ray still going to have some problems. The very people that you're going to depend on to help you are not going to stay in power because nobody likes Percy. We're not going to keep that rascal in here. He's corrupt. He's a criminal. And folks, he has a corrupt administration, and most of the people work for him are corrupted. He's always trying to push something down our throat. Folks, you know, I got a post today. And I had to drive by there and see it for myself. Now, it might be gone now, but I promise you that the mayor of Meridian is selling the face mask that was given to him by, I think, maybe Lauderdale County. I bet Lolo know who it was given to. So pay attention to that, Dice. Dice, man, how you doing?
Good, bro.
So I bet you Lolo can tell me who gave Percy those masks that they're selling. And, somebody taking up for Percy said, Baby Lord selling. Neither one of you got no business selling the mask. And if you're going to sell them, you definitely shouldn't have it under the mayor of Meridian outside his bland insurance agency, COVID-19 mask for sale inside. See the corruption, folks? See the greed for money? That's what this administration, and I promise you, there's some bougie niggas out in the county, and Percy catered to them more so than he catered to the citizen, his constituency that lives inside the city. And you elite black folks just make me sick. Let me tell you why you make me sick. Because you think money does not make you pious. You turn your nose up does not make you better than me or anyone else. Because you ride in a Mercedes does not make you better than me or anyone else. Or whatever it is that you ride in. See, I'm a Mason. A lot of you didn't know that, did you? Yes, right. The penalty of my obligation compelled me to treat all men just and fair. Anytime I meet anyone, I'm going to meet them on a common level. Look at that, folks. I'm going to meet them on that level. And I'm going to depart on the square. You understand? That's the penalty of my obligation. Not certain men, but all men. I think all of you should have that same obligation to treat all men just and fair. Once we start treating men just and fair, and we allow for the law to work for us, then sometime it won't be on your side. But I tell you what, it may not be on your side, not because the law itself is wrong, or maybe it's not being administered. I promise you, if you give law time, law modifies itself. It's like a chameleon. It'll adjust, it'll modify, it'll adapt, it'll blend in. It will blend into the circumstances. In the end, law will prevail. Law, right, will prevail. Because if law is wrong, that law going to change. It's going to change to a right law, and then that's what creates order in society. All of us go by that law. Folks, I'm finna tell y'all something. One of the things that I did Friday, I already told you guys about me filing a complaint with the Justice Department. I did file a complaint against the city of Meridian. I did so online to the Department of Justice. I filed a complaint to the Justice Department. I sit down and explain to them how every time I run for office that this administration right here, Percy Bland, use his cronies, use people such as Johnny Depp, such as Stephen Wilson, such as whomever, such as Brandon Latimer. See, I'm going back in time, but I'm bringing it to the future, such as this current election commission, except for the one that was placed there on the 20th. I think April the 20th, I think she was placed on there at the city council meeting, somewhere around that time. That person there is the only one is immune to what's going on. It's got to be something wrong with you folks to let person come to you with his slick line ass and get you to get onto be a part of his administration. He's going down, I assure you folks. I gave your name, John Griffin. I gave your name, Brandon Latimer, when I filed my complaint. I gave all the election commissioners' name. I gave your name, Percy Bland, and I also gave your name, Kermit Kendricks. I gave y'all name, and Attorney Denson, I gave your name too, because you were my attorney. Now, understand, my information about you, Attorney Denson, was not adverse and not designed to hurt you, but to show you how John Griffin went on the NCIC and got it, illegally used it, broke federal law, went on the NCIC and gave it to Brandon, and got no business looking at my background. She's not a police officer. Neither are those election commissioners. Guess what? It's going to come back and bite you in the ass. Folks, guess what else I did? I also called the FBI. Yes, I did. Now, one of the questions that I had to wait, I called the FBI office in Jackson, Mississippi. Now, folks, I've been a bad boy. I've been a bad boy. Miss Hope, boy, I promise you, she raised some good children. But I promise you, Great Hope, when he got grown, I don't know whether I was smelling my piss or whatever, but I was a bad boy. Now, I've been arrested by the FBI twice. Some of you probably know that, especially family members. I've been interrogated by everybody, including the Secret Service. Yes, I have. And these are not, so I done, like Martin Luther King, I done been to the mountaintop. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm right with the house. You understand what I'm saying? See, I paid my debt to society. Percy, you hadn't paid your debt. Twin, Darrell Thompson, you have not paid your debt. You getting ready to pay your debt. Now he's going to jail, folks. His brother didn't go to jail, but he's going to jail. He's going to do some federal time. There's no way he can get out of it. He's going to do federal time. You're going to say, Great Hope said it. Now, I'm going to tell you something else, too. I call the FBI because I'm right with the house, and I ain't done anything wrong. And yes, Brandon Latimer, I told him on your ass. I told him on you, person. I gave my story. I told my story to the FBI agent. Election commissioners, I didn't have my paper before me, but I got all of your names because I'm going to file a lawsuit. One thing you'll find out about me, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Now, I said I was going to file a Justice Department complaint against you, and I have done that. I said that I was going to hold you accountable. Both, I told you this, John Griffin. I looked you in your eyes, and I told you that I was going to hold you accountable, both criminally and civilly, to the full extent of everything that's within me and within the law. I told you I was going to do that. So I called the FBI in Jackson, folks. Yes, I did. I called them up, and I talked to them on the phone. I didn't talk to the FBI. They don't answer the phone. But they have an intake person. They let you know that you are going to be recorded. That everything, if you don't want to be recorded, hang up the phone. Because they're going to record everything. They let you know that before the person come on. The lady came on. She asked me a lot of questions. I gave her my story. I told them how they used the NCIC illegally. I told them how I felt raped, I felt violated, how they were looking at it, and some of the election commission was asking questions from my background. I told them how John Griffin, I gave them your name. Brandon Latimer, I gave them your name. Percy Bland, I gave them your name. Kermit Kendricks, I gave them your name because you have a copy of it too, and you are the city attorney. But I told my story, and I gave Joseph Denson's name again because he's the one who had it, and he's a witness. He's going to be a witness for the FBI agent. But not only that, each of you understand, if the FBI come into you and talk to you and ask you a question, John Griffin, you lied to me, but you can't lie to the FBI. And guess what? They're the keepers of the house. They monitor that. They're going to look at that machine. They probably already done looked at it as we speak, folk. And they know who did what and when. Not only that, they're going to go back. I said, now I can't speak about other people, but I will say this. From what I understand, this is one of the things that this administration does. That they use the NCIC for political purposes, to find out things about their adversaries or anybody that they're trying to bring down or trying to embarrass. I said, but I can't talk about that. But I did talk about it, folks. I said, but one thing I do know is they pull mine. I said, and they said, did you call your state attorney general? I said, yes, I did. I talked to one of the investigators. And folks, yes, I did. I called the state of Mississippi Attorney General's office, and I talked to one of the investigators. No, they did not answer the phone immediately, but they did call me back, and I explained about John Griffin and Brandon Latimer and Percy Bland and his election commissioners, just overly zealous about removing me from the ballot, so that I'm not can run. But anyway, I said, yes, I did. I said, he told me this is a perfect opportunity. So, folks, I'm telling you now, when I called the state attorney general's office, the investigator called me back, and he asked me, he informed me that the state of Mississippi does not have a law against misuse of the NCIC. He said, however, this is a perfect time for you to contact your legislator so they can put something on the books making it against the law for anyone to misuse the NCIC. Now, folks, I said that's an uphill battle. The reason why I say that, because I would say that what Percy do is, no, I'm not. I ain't gonna say that's an uphill battle. I think that you should, because I don't think that Sheriff Solid would use the NCIC illegally. I just don't think so. I don't think the supervisors would use the NCIC illegally. I don't believe that the city council would use the NCIC illegally. But that damn rascal Percy Bland would use, he is so crooked and so corrupt, he would use anything within his power. You understand? He's the keeper of the store. He has the keys to the store, he has the keys to the vault, he has the keys to everything. He is so crooked and corrupt, he got his hands on everything, trying to control everything, that he done messed John Griffin up. Folks, I'm finna tell y'all something about, do y'all know, now I ain't gonna talk like my colleague, and I'm gonna call her my colleague because we both report the news. Now, Lolo, she had me laughing when I watch it, you know, hey, Lo. But, you know, she tell the news her way. She's provocative, she's profound, profane, but you know what? You can't tell her she's lying. You can say whatever you want to, but you can't say she's lying. Another thing you can't say about it, she ain't weak. But I can tell you this. Now, she'll say this in a different way. But it's a police officer with the Meridian Police Department. Her name is Kelly Gold. She's a patrolman, and John Griffin is having sex with her. Now, John Griffin, I think now, is married. But it doesn't matter whether or not he's married, single, gay, or whatever. It is against the law for him to have sex or be in a relationship with a subordinate person, somebody that he's their boss. That's what you call sexual harassment. It's actually a form of rape. And that's one reason why the Meridian Police Department is so bad off. Every time something crooked going on, NCIC with me, John Griffin, the one went and got it. He's there having sex with Kelly Gold, and I think she was in one place she didn't like it. John Griffin put her where she wanted to be, back on patrol. I think she may have went to the detective division or something like that. But folks, John Griffin is hitting that. He tearing it up. Now that's against the law, person. What y'all gonna do about that? What you gonna do about it? I done aired your laundry out in the club. How I know? I got it from a reliable source that he's hitting that he's having sex with her. Even if he's talking to her in an inappropriate manner, let's assume that he's not having sex with her. Let's assume that he's dating her or trying to date her. It's illegal because he's her superior. He's her supervisor. He's her chief at some time whenever they appointed to her. He's her captain. He cannot. It's against Meridian Police Department policy, the city of Meridian policy, the state of Mississippi law, federal law. It's against everything. See, John Griffin, you know what you need to do? You need to go ahead and retire and take your ass back to Clark County, because we don't want you here. You're too corrupt. You do whatever Percy Bland tell you. You know he got stuff on you. He gonna do you just like Richard McAllister. I brought your name up when I talked to the lady. So I kind of got off on a tangent. Let me go back to explaining when I talked to the agent with the FBI. Well, she was the intake person. She asked me, did I talk to the attorney generals? I said, yes, I did. And they informed me to call the FBI, whom are the managers of the NCIC and the gatekeepers of the NCIC. And that is exactly what I did, folks. I called them up. I know a lot of you out there shaking that this man here. It ain't that I'm bad or I'm brave. Courage ain't the absence of fear, it's the conqueror's fear. It's about standing on right. when you right and you ain't done nothing wrong, you can talk to the FBI, the CIA, you can talk to anybody. You can talk to Putin over in Russia if you want to, if you're right. But when you're wrong, you got to shake every time somebody say something about you. You got to talk to my friend, Lolo friend. You got to talk to the Dice Man friend. You got to talk to somebody. You got to do all that because you're afraid you're going to get caught up in your corruption. It's got to say, I'm going to just call your name out, Johnny Dale, there's something wrong with you. As old as you are, the things that you've seen things that I've seen. If person, let's take person, go back to the time of kill. If person was a white man, damn it, it ain't nowhere in hell y'all would allow for him to do the things he's doing. There's no way you'll be promoting him, Johnny Depp. And you was instrumental in me being going to court with Stephen Wilson. See, folks, see, it ain't gonna hurt me for me not to represent you. It's not gonna hurt me at all. It's gonna hurt you because of the transparency, because of the knowledge and the information I have. Because you can't buy me off. If I could be bought off, I would have been a part of the first Bland administration. But I'm not. Because I'm not. I was lied to like everybody else, and that's what Percy do. He's a master deceiver, and he's going to lie to you. So again, I want y'all to put that out there that John Griffin is having sex with Kelly Gold. I got that from a reliable source. Now, I'm not going to, now I'm told this, folks, you understand? But sue me. Sue me. Go ahead. Sue me if I'm doing something wrong. You know, if I'm saying something wrong, fool me. Sue me. But get that lady. Give her a lie to take the test. You know, she can get anything she wants from John Griffin. Hey, they got pictures of you and her being together. They know. It ain't nothing that's been done. So, folks, I did file my complaint with the Justice Department. I did so online. I did that Friday or Thursday. One of them. Probably Friday. And then after I done that, I sat here at this table. I call this a situation room. I sit here in the situation room and I talk to the intake person with the FBI office in Jackson, Mississippi. So John Griffin, you gonna be investigated twice by the FBI here. If y'all been misusing the NCIC, guess what, folks? The city of Meridian can lose that. And if something been done that's against the law, guess what? They will go to jail. Now I have an excellent lawsuit against the city of Meridian. Now that's inclusive. I can't sue Brandon Latimer without suing the city council. While the governor thought, I think lately you guys are doing a very good job somewhat, I got to sue you too. So I will be suing the, what's that letter of exception y'all say I got to get? I'm going to make sure I get that. That was one of the things they say I didn't do. It's funny how, instead of, if Kermit thought that I wasn't a resident, if they thought I wasn't a resident, why did they come back, folk, and say I filed under the wrong law? Is it really that bad? Well, I'm going to get a chance to see you in Hoover one day, Kermit. But I'm going to get a chance to see you go to jail, Percy. Dice Man, you know, I'm going to have you play me a song in a minute. But, you know, I'm going to turn my page, folks. I got to turn my page. Remember, it's not about black folks being in positions of authority. It's about the right black folks being in those positions. We have a lot of educated people. You can go all the way back to W.E. Du Bois. Du Bois. You can go back to all that. You can go way back. We've had some very intelligent people. Dr. Martin Luther King. But not to go back there. What about Ernest Smith was one of the most intelligent men. That man was a genius. I mean, he was a chemist. He was just everything. Black man from right here from Meridian, Mississippi. Well, we can talk about a lot of you out there that are still living, very intelligent. I know some strong, beautiful black women that are here. Folks, I'm going to talk about this, and then I got this from a person that wanted me to share this with you. If you all go back and you look at the newspaper when they would go to WTOK, and if you can pull that up, you'll see when the city of Meridian workers was repairing the water line that caused half of Meridian to lose water. Did you notice that the employees was off in there without a hard hat, didn't have on any safety glasses, didn't have on any safety equipment at all? So you have a mayor that will put people to work that don't care anything about its employees, and not only that, you have a mayor that's gonna bring people from Alabama, Jackson, out in the county and everywhere at the expense of the people in Meridian. And I just know, folks, and I wanted to tell you that, is that we got to get us a mayor that's not indifferent. We got to get us a mayor that's not corrupt. It's some good black folk out there that can run this city. How about Jimmy Smith? I think Jimmy Smith will make an excellent mayor. I'm going to tell you somebody else too. Rod Amos. I think Rod Amos would make an excellent mayor. I'm finna throw Craig Houston ass up under the bus for a minute, folks. You know what? And then I'm gonna play a song. Now, I know y'all gonna go back and tell him I don't care. He can come through the door again. I'm gonna fight his ass this time. I'm gonna knock him out, folks. But anyway, now I called Craig Houston up and asked him when Tyrone Johnson, Craig, will you run for this office? No, 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 no. I don't want to have nothing to do with that mess. What the hell? All right. We had our discussion in that. And so then after all this stuff started, I had, damn, I wished I would have ran. So many people keep calling me. Okay, now again, folks. Now I'm saying that if we can get this thing put off, how about Craig? How about you? How about Craig Houston running for city council? Let's say that I appeal this thing. And you know, if you're going to the Supreme Court, it's going to take years. So that means the city council will get to appoint someone. Well, how about appointing Craig Houston? No, 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 no. There you go again, folks. That same old shit. Craig, I just threw you up under the bus. Now, when we asked you before, no, 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 no. And then when all this stuff started happening, they started challenging my residency. Dog, Gray, I know you fought me for that. I should have ran. People keep calling me. I heard that from you so much, I got tired of hearing it. And then, okay, now you're getting the opportunity again. So we keep running for opportunity to Craig again. See, folks, here's what I say that Craig Houston should do. Craig Houston should have been running. We wouldn't be going through this. See, Craig Houston want to be your supervisor. And I think he'll do a good job. But how about he had the opportunity to be your city council? And you would have known what I already know, that he would have did a good job. But I don't know what's going on with that, Craig. You had a perfect opportunity and you still have that. And here's what I want to say to the city council. If you get to the point where we fight this thing for 6 months and the Bancrofts and the Davises don't get the opportunity to run for public office or the Holts, I suggest you appoint Craig Houston or Marie Franklin. Now, I say those two right there because we know what we get if we get either Craig Houston or Marie Franklin. We definitely don't need you to appoint Wayne Davis, definitely not Scott Bancroft. And I'm going to tell you, now I know you, and I'd rather you appoint one of them. But before you appoint one of them Bama, you sure need to appoint Gray Holt. Well, Dice, man, play me a song. Dice, you know, they say, love it. Dice, play me that song, Dice.
Gangsters of the crew, we're coming after you. Gangsters of the crew, we're coming after you.
Folks, I want to welcome you back. I just want to say, hey, I want to say hello to my daughter, Katara, in Killeen, Texas. Folks, we're going to open up the line so that you can call in now. I basically have spoke about the things that I wanted to let you know about. I wanted to say this, is that earlier today, I know you probably already know about it, that 2 people were shot. If you didn't know, it was, I think it's the B&E Cheney Park. I might be wrong, but I bet you Lolo gonna tell me the right thing. But anyway, 2 folks got shot not too far from here, and if I think it was in the B&E Cheney Park or near that area, a black female and a black guy. And I was told that the black female was shot 8 times. I don't know whether she's on life support or what, but when I spoke to my source, that person was still living, and they're looking for suspect in this here shooting is Jawan Ramsey. Grew up on the east side of town. A lot of you might know him. So you guys be careful if you see him, and he's on the run from doing that. And I got to talk about that for a little bit, Dice, man. When a woman gets shot that many times and the guy got shot too, now it would appear that somebody was more mad at her than they was mad at him. And we got to stop. I mean, folks, death, whether it's intentional or suicide, is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Understand what I'm saying? It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. When you take someone's life, you can't give that back to them. If you hurt someone, you can go back and apologize for that. But if you take someone's life, or either you hurt them in such a manner that they are hurt really, really bad, you can't give them their health back. You can't take that pain away. But think about your consequences. Dice, man, I know you got, Dice finna say something, man. Dice pulled that microphone back there, folks. I thought he had something to say, but he's not saying anything. People, one of the things is that because what the Meridian Police Department did with, we're going to say Sergeant Chris Scott, and, I talked about it on the show here. Do you know that the next morning they were waiting on him when he came in office as if they had made a mistake? They were trying to cover their tracks. And from what I'm understanding is that they're going to promote him to lieutenant, and saying like the paperwork went in. I want to say this is that he deserved it. Congratulations to you, Lieutenant Scott, if he's about to get it. But most certainly, you have a lot of qualified people. One thing that cannot happen, it shows the incompetence of John Griffin, and it shows the incompetence of the new chief of police. And folks, there's no way that we're going to sit quietly while you keep Rita Jacks as educated and as intelligent as she is, as experienced as she is, the seniority that she has, and going to take her. We call that the training facility, folks, is the Meridian Police Department graveyard. That's where they take you when they don't want to see you. They don't want to have anything to do with you. And we need to hold person ass accountable for that, because here's the thing of this. How is it that she's so qualified one moment to be chief of police, and the next, I'm talking about within 30 days, she's at the training facility? No. That's another mistake you made too. And I hope the governing authority, you understand that this man that you have here is corrupt. I'm told that he was selling CDL license, quid pro quo, sending dope. They bringing dope cross country. Whether it's true or not, he was fired from the highway patrol for some reason. The fact that person is corrupt, he only want corrupt people with him. That's the reason why Rita Jack don't have that job. She's not corrupt. So I'm going to stay on you, Charles Coleman, that's him. Reverend Charles Coleman. I'm gonna stay on him, folks. I'm gonna stay on your person. You got to correct this thing with Rita Jackson. Rita Jackson needs to be a deputy chief of police. I think that the governing authority needs to do their duty and recall this chief of police, Dennis Allen. They can recall his ass. They can recall him because all they got to do is rescind their appointment. All it takes is 3 votes, and he's gone. Send that Bama back to Tylertown or wherever it is he's from. We don't want him here. We don't need any womanizers. We got enough womanizing preachers already around here. Dice, man, what's up with the preachers won't go to church? Man, you can't beat them talking about God and Jesus walking on the water and saving and all that stuff. Brenda, tell me what's going on with these preachers around here. I talked to a person, I ain't going to call his name because he's a family member. He said he ain't going to church. He's going to do his stuff on Zoom. Now, I can understand his position because he's compromised. He has cancer, so he's fighting. So I can understand him. But I can't understand this part about somebody loving God so much and all this Christianity and talking about, now, Jesus, he made the blind see. He made the lame walk, and he made the deaf hear. And the disciples were amazed. He said, be ye not amazed at these things. He said, because I go to the Father. He said, greater things you'll do because I go to the Father. Be ye not amazed at these things, because greater things you'll do because I go to the Father. So if Jesus is up there with the Father, and he said, greater thing, why y'all won't go to church? You going to Popeyes? You going to the Cracker Barrel? You going to Walmart? Why won't you go to church? Now, I was told that the churches out in the country is popping. They on the popping. What's wrong with you preachers in the city? Y'all proving me right about you. That you ain't nothing but greedy gluttons, that you there for a purpose, that to get money, and you're scared as hell. You scared of dying. That's what you're afraid of. You're scared of this COVID. Dice, man, you scared of it?
No, sir.
No, I'm not afraid of it either. Hey, the thing, what's this about? Walking in faith. When y'all gonna walk? When y'all gonna open these church doors up? Now, I don't understand that at all.
I'm gonna say this, bro. I've seen so many people that if it was a test of what faith is and believing and all that is, I've seen so many people fail that because they're walking around in complete fear. Me and a partner was talking about it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna take much for them to put out these different portals and tell people they need to come get this vaccine, and people gonna march straight over there and get it, not knowing what they're being injected with.
That's right.
Now, that's not conspiracy. We've been told about the mark of the beast. I'm jumping around a little bit here. We've been told about the mark of the beast and all these other things. These people are walking blindly, man. Fear controls a lot of things, is my main point with that. So if you're believing in God and all these other things, like you say, you're at all these other places, why you ain't going up in the church house? You know, it's going to be all right. You ain't got to sit right next to the person. Spread everybody out.
That's right.
Whatever.
And I got to say this, that there's 2 ways pandemics end. It ends with people getting so used, they become numb to it. Meaning they just ignore it. Who dies. It's no longer newsworthy. They don't talk about it. And another way is they come up with a cure for it. Well, that usually what happens is that people become numb to it. A lot of people are already numb to this COVID-19. I got to say this, is that money cannot control. Money does control, especially in this community here. They're using money with this COVID virus. If this thing is really so, and I'm going to put a little theological perspective into this. I mean, I'm going to put God in this a little bit. How is it that Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell, these old, sickly-looking, damn redneck-ass crackers, continue to live under COVID pandemic? I don't understand that, bro, Dice. Here they look sick. Mitch McConnell looked like he got a plaster face. Looked like he done had plastic surgery so much that he can't even hardly move his neck. And we know they're racist. You can tell that by their agenda and the things they do. Not only they're racist, so don't y'all get mad at me, white folk. They don't like women. They don't like women at all. They must be gay. Something going on. They don't want a woman to have the right to choose. They don't want a woman to do anything. But these people standing up there making decisions for millions of folk. Controlling money, doing the same thing on a national level, what they're doing on a local level. Shifting money to the few. We got to rise up as a people and slay the beast. There's no way we can continue to allow for money to control us and control how we gonna live right here. Let's don't worry about the White House. Let's talk about the White House downtown, where the Trailway bus station used to be at. That's the White House we need to worry about. City Hall. We need to stop letting money control us and elite niggas. We talking about those, those that live out in the county, those that live around there, such as Marjorie Alexander. She one of those snobs. If I was Lolo, I'd call her that B word, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna be real nice. She's one of them snobbish bammers that think she's better than everybody, folks. Percy Bland too. He's a Republican. I don't care what nobody say. Look how Richard McAllister, his behind gone back home. He's a Republican. He's up there working with McGreevey, I'm told. They working for the lottery, with the lottery commission for the state of Mississippi. Up in Jackson. See, the Republican gone back to the Republican. Percy, let me tell you something. I don't give a damn if you know it. You're going to have a problem with me, buddy. I'm on the executive committee. You're going to have a problem with me with you running as a Democrat. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't see that. There is no way that I'm going to approve, and I'm telling you this to your face because I know your ass is watching. There's no way I'm going to approve for you to run for mayor to City Meridian as a Democrat. There's no way. You quacking like a Republican. You walk like one. You talk like one. You rub up with them. You support everything they do. Every time one come to town, you rubbing up against them. You kissing they behind. You doing everything to them white folk. All your CAOs have been Republican, including the Eddie Kelly, who the whitest man I know. So no, I'm not. I'm on the executive committee, along with that boy, I tell you, folks, I ain't. Now I can tell you this, brother. I love you. I really do. I really appreciate, and I love you too, Marie. I love y'all love for God and y'all belief in the Bible and all that, and I appreciate y'all mentoring me and trying to keep me right. But I ain't right. I'm just gonna go and tell you, I'm not right at all. I'm not. I'm kind of violent. I kind of get angry. See, what Peter did cut the ear off, and Jesus put it back up there. Me and Jesus been writing it. I'd have stomped it. He wouldn't have been able to put it back. If he'd have put it back, he'd have had to put it back together first before it wouldn't have looked the same. It'd look like a cauliflower wheel. But also, I'm like David too now. And I say this is that, man, I tell you, I don't understand how folks that hurt us, hurt black folk, we are forgiving. But we don't forget. We just forgive you. We don't forget what you do to us. But I gotta say this. Johnny Depp, you need to take your old ass home and sit down and enjoy your retirement or something. You just really do. And I don't even understand why COVID ain't got you yet. I put you in the same category with Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. And that's any of you other niggas out there that ain't doing nothing in this community but hurting us. How you know? Because you think you better than us. How you know? Because you ain't doing nothing for us. How you know? Because it doesn't matter to you about our children killing each other. It doesn't matter to you that our school system is a failing school system. It does not matter to you when crackers like Scott Bancroft bring his ass and out of nowhere and want to run and you put a sign out in front of your yard. I don't care if you get the COVID and die from it. I'm going to just tell you the truth. It's one thing about it. If I die and go to hell, I'm going to be glad to go to hell. But if I go to heaven, it won't be because I'm a damn hypocrite. Me and God will have something to talk about anyway. Boy, you don't want me to, two things you don't want me to be. You don't want me to be the president of the United States, and you sure don't want me to be God. Because some of y'all ass wouldn't be him. If I was president, I'd have nationalized the state of Mississippi. I'd come through here. Percy Bland would be the first person I put in jail. Mitch McConnell, I get it. Boy, y'all think y'all mad at Donald Trump. Everybody, blacks and white folks, would be mad at me if I was president of the United States. I'm going to just tell you. Because, see, folks don't want right. They don't want right. They want corruption. They want money. I'm talking about money. I know y'all said the money is the root of all evil. Yes, it is. It's for the love of money is the root of all evil. See, y'all need it for love out of it. See, ain't nothing wrong with money. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with a little wine. Ain't nothing wrong with dancing. All these things. Ecclesiastes 10:19. Laughter's for the party. Wine maketh merry, and money answers all things. So either you can't just dissect the Bible and make one part of it. If it's all of it right, all of it wrong. Dice Man.
What's up, bro?
And I just got, folks, I'm going to get ready to kind of like close out a little early here, but I'm going to have the Dice Man play one more song and I'm going to come back and I'm going to close out. I want to tell you guys this, is that they have not made a ruling yet. I know I talked about it first. They have not made it. The judge has not made a ruling yet on whether or not I'm going to be on the ballot or not. And I don't know. That's kind of perplexing. But one thing I can say this about Judge Bailey is I respect him and I trust the decision that he make. Be one that's within the law. And I already know that. It has nothing to do with who his friends are and who supported him, because I've seen that from him, is that everything he has done has been within the law. And I know this about the Bailey families, that they love this community. And I'm going to tell y'all why I supported Judge Bailey. And the reason why I supported Judge Bailey is because when Dustin Markham worked, they worked in the same farm. I got to meet him and I got to meet them, however passing it was. But the main thing that I respect Judge Bailey so much so is his dad. Yep, folks, that man sentenced me. The same sentence that I got expungement for, it was his dad that did that. But I tell you, you know that judge did not have to give me the deal that I got. What I did, none of your business. Go and Google it. Y'all know you can go down there and look at it. But you can't find it now because it's been expunged. But I'll talk about it. The judge, I played on the North Carolina versus Alpha. That it's kind of like not where it's no process. It's like a best interest deal. It's where the state, usually when you plead guilty to a crime, you have to stand up and plead guilty to that crime and state what you did and why you did it. I played on the North Carolina versus Alpha, which is a best interest deal, whereas I didn't have to say anything, but the prosecuting attorney had to stand up and state what evidence they had against me had it proceeded. I didn't say anything. And Charles Wright was my lawyer then, and he stood there and he did everything for me. So I was treated like a dignitary. But how can you be a dignitary if you being charged with a felony and you losing some of your rights? Now, I satisfied the courts, and I'm back right with the house. And so that's how I was able to do the things that I was able to do. So, but I want to tell you this is because the way Judge Bailey Sr., I mean, the respect he showed me and the deal that he gave me, he didn't have to go along with it. You read about it. Somebody recommends something, Judge said, hell no, I don't like that rascal. Oh, no, that ain't right. But either way, he was very respectful toward me. And guess what, folks? I was found, he found me guilty. He did. He entered, it's like a guilty plea. But the thing of it is, I had to pay back $69,000. Yes, I paid it every penny. Also, I had to do 3 years on probation. I got off a year and a half early, and they because I paid the fine off. But I got to say this is that the way that judge did that, even signed the paper for me to come off probation a year and a half early. So I have a lot of respect for the Bailey family. So Judge Bailey, I say this to you: however you rule, I'm gonna be on the front line when you run for re-election again 4 years from now. And if you don't have an opponent, I'm going to make a donation to your campaign because I appreciate you that much and your family and your dad, and I trust the decision that you've made so far. Dice Man, play me a song, and then we're going to take it home. Folks, I want to thank you for listening in. Brenda Goin made a comment. And Dice, what did she say?
Let's see here.
And hey, Lolo. Lo spoke. And everybody else, hey.
Okay, Brenda Gordon says the word also says obey the laws of the land. The law states that they plan to give approval in 2 weeks to reopen the church. LOL.
Okay, I want to say this to you, Mrs. Gordon, is that the governor stated that I do not have the authority to close down churches. He said that almost 2 weeks ago. He said, neither do I have the authority to tell them to open back up. So could you leave a comment and tell me and tell us who it is that gonna give you guys permission to open the church back up, and who was it that told you to close down? Now I understand when we had the pandemic, but everything is opening up now, and they've already opened churches up out in the county. What's going on in the city? Now I was told that Reverend Charles Johnson was giving service even a couple of weeks ago. His son told me that, so I don't know, but so Reverend Charles Johnson is bringing in, Dr. Charles Johnson is having service, so what's going on out there with the ministers? LOL. But any other comments?
No, that's it. Other than greetings from Loretta Bennett and good evening from Kiara. Am I saying it right? Kiara Hope?
Oh, Katara.
Katara Hope?
Is it Korea?
Korea Hope.
Hey, baby.
Okay, okay.
Oh, that's my bitch,
Good evening,
1989.
everybody.
Yeah, hey, yeah. I can tell you that a lot of people watched the videos last week. They really did. I mean, it was a lot. Even a new subscriber. Now, I want to say this to the new subscriber. Did you know that you and I have the same alma mater? So, yeah, I went to Mississippi State. He got a degree from Mississippi State. I don't remember your name. But I wanted to say welcome to you. I don't want you guys to judge me. Really don't care if you do. But I don't want you to judge me. I want you to listen at what it is that I'm teaching you. Believe it or not, when one segment of the community does bad, it affects every segment of the community. How so? Because if we're going to say black folks, if black folks don't have a job, they ain't going to lay down and die. If they ain't got nothing to eat, they ain't going to lay down and die. They going to go and take. And who they going to take from? They going to take for those that have. So anything bad affect everybody in the community. So why can't we just come together? We got to do away with attacking Lolo. You attack Lolo, you claw the thing down. Hey, she had me laughing, and I have not heard her tell a lie one time. But one thing I do know, she has her way of doing it. She has a strong following. But you get angry at her and you get mad at me. It's people out there that do not like me, Dice. It's a lady out there that grew up with me. I'm gonna call her name. Can I call her name, Dice? Just one time. Can I call her name? There's a lady out there that do not like me. I'm not going to call her name. But I grew up with her brother. They were so much better than everybody else because what they had is that most of us didn't have. They had a mama and a daddy. All we had was mama taking care of us. And so when dad was gone out working for them, they mama was at home. If they mama had somewhere to go, then their dad was at home. See, they are mama and daddy. But usually when I grew up, if daddy went out and got money, mama stayed home with the children. So they grew up with their mama at home with them while I grew up with my mama being away. So they were not allowed to play with anyone in the neighborhood. And so this person going to kind of know what I'm talking about. It was 2 boys and 2 girls. The 2 oldest was a boy and a girl, and the 2 youngest was a girl and a boy. And I can say this, that doesn't make you better than me. You're not better than me. You're not more educated than I am. Education has nothing to do with what you're worth or who you are or best. The penalty, my obligation is to treat all men just and fair and meet everybody on a common level, act on the plumb, that's a thing that drops straight down, and depart on the square. You can't beat that. That's that Masonic talk there. Yes, I'm a Mason. Once a Mason, always a Mason. I'm one, 2 belts one. 2 belt, how you doing? 2 belt, you and Reverend. 2 belt is the deacon in the church, folks. 2 belt, you and Reverend Cole better open that church back up. But anyway, folks, I want to thank y'all for listening in. I appreciate you. When you come back Thursday, hopefully we'll have some news on what we're going to do. Tavio's gonna be here again Thursday. This time we gonna come in, and sometime in the future Sam Bell gonna sit here. And I don't know whether Miss Sharon coming here seem to be my crew sometime on Thursday. But I want to say I appreciate you guys for listening in. I want to thank you. We gonna close out a few minutes early. Again, I want to thank you. I want to say hello to everybody out there. Reverend Moore, he's sick. I hope he's doing better, feeling good. Reverend Brown, I want to say I wish you all the best, and I hope you are doing okay. Reverend Clark, same to you. And my pastor, Reverend Cole, I got to say good evening. I want to say good evening to all you guys out there. Thank you for listening. Play me that song, Dice Man. Take us home.
Teachers